You know, CTV. She used to be on CTV.
That's where it is. Okay.
CTV.
Look,
That's what.
Sheriff Marshall.
Hello. How are you? Good to see you.
I called Eddie today and I said, trading?
That was horrible,
Okay.
but we'll talk.
All right, folks, we do that. So,
He is.
It's a Maryland resident says you can't avoid it.
Sheriff, good to see you.
Always good to see you. How you been?
Good. How about yourself? Appreciate you coming. Thanks for all your help this morning.
Good to see you as well. Yeah. Such a
I'm good on order.
Sheriff is going.
I can just start off. It's gonna be easy. Yeah. He's going to speak. No, we're gonna switch up. So he's gonna speak after me.
It is a great.
So and Emmett's gonna go last.
Sheriff Marshall.
Emmett. And we'll line up in order. And then this watch.
We gonna keep you away.
Look, he already does. He don't keep me trying to no.
Okay.
Yeah.
How many people do you want behind you in the shot? Because I can start getting them together back here.
I don't know how many people makes me look good.
Oh God.
Everybody.
No, I'll go start this.
We just can't keep up. That's one of the reasons why.
Everybody's cell phones are on silent.
Like those pants, you forgot something when you came out the door this morning.
Got to stand up front here somewhere. All right, you're better at this than I am.
No. You're good.
No,
I've
I get too
seen it. I've
nervous.
seen it. No, you know, you should always be nervous. That's what I have to learn.
Well, I'm always
be
nervous.
Always be nervous. Never be overly confident.
Where's the sheriff?
Busy.
Okay, perfect. Good afternoon, and thank you for coming, everyone. My name is Rick Bowers. I'm the Chief of Police with the City of Greenbelt. We're here today because 10 days ago, this park was the site of a tragedy, a senseless, needless tragedy. And we're here to announce today the arrest of two individuals in connection with that shooting. Two young men, ages 14 and 16, were arrested today in connection with the shooting that occurred here at Schrom Hills Park. Our criminal investigations unit has worked tirelessly since last week to bring a closure to this case. The two suspects responsible were identified with the help of witnesses, and our detectives worked with the county police and the state's attorney's office and obtained warrants for those individuals. Today, the United States Marshals Joint Fugitive Task Force apprehended those two individuals for us. This investigation has removed a threat from our community, providing peace of mind to the residents who wish to enjoy public spaces just like this. Currently, all of the victims have been released from the hospital, but we continue our investigation to determine the motive behind this crime. These events are avoidable and needlessly ruin people's lives, both the victims and the suspects. We would like to thank all the agencies that assisted us, including the Prince George's County Police Department, the Maryland State Police, United States Marshal Service, the FBI, the ATF, and the State's Attorney's Office of Prince George's County. With that, I would like to turn it over to Prince George's County State's Attorney, Ms. Brayboy.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Chief Bowers. You know, I really appreciate the partnership that we share here with the City of Greenbelt and with all of the municipalities as well as all of the law enforcement agencies operating in Prince George's County. It is through this collaborative leadership that we are able to reach resolution in our community to tackle some of the most serious crimes and offenses that occur. And what happened at this park should never have happened. First, let me say that my heart goes out to the families and those impacted directly by the senseless shootings that occurred here. Our young people deserve a future free from violence, and it is our responsibility as grown ups to show them the way. I know that senior skip days might sound like a lot of fun, but senior skip days of 20 years ago was not like senior skip days today. With social media, the ability to invite people from areas all across really this region to converge at a location like a park is just simply unsafe. Even as adults, if we are trying to enjoy ourselves and have a good time, we are required to have security. So when you think about what happened here, on so many levels, it should not have happened, and we should teach our young people that they can enjoy themselves, but they have to do so in a way that is safe. As the chief announced, today 2 young persons have been identified and taken into custody for the disturbing and unfortunate mass shooting that occurred here at an unsanctioned senior skip day on April 19th at Schrom Hills Park in Greenbelt. This is a beautiful park. This is truly a beautiful park, and it is a safe park, and it will continue to be safe. That incident does not take away from the beauty of this amazing treasure that the city of Greenbelt has. These 2 individuals have been charged as adults. As with any serious offense, especially those that potentially carry life sentences like attempted first degree murder, these cases will be taken seriously. This case will continue to be, or these cases will continue to be investigated and will be presented to a grand jury. Again, my prayers are with all of the young people who were here that day who experienced such a tragedy. For those who were not directly impacted, indirectly, they have been devastated in so many ways. I've heard of young people who just feel insecure, unsure of themselves and their surroundings now. They were traumatized by the events that occurred that day. So parents, please talk to your children. Let them know that you love them, that you want them to have fun, you want them to enjoy themselves, but you also want them to stay safe, that you want them to live through their graduation and beyond because they mean so much to our community. This should never have happened. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam State's Attorney. Next, I'd like to ask Prince George's County Sheriff John Carr.
Thank you, Chief. Good afternoon, everybody. My heart goes out to those who were involved and all of the youth who were present here to see a violent act occur. I'm glad to hear that people are healing and that our community has come together. I'm just here as your Prince George's County Sheriff to talk about the partnership in which we were able to apprehend these youth who allegedly committed this offense with our federal, our municipal, and our state partners. Everything goes to our partnership in what we do. Behavior like this will never be tolerated here in Prince George's County. And having a partnership and a collaborative effort between public safety and our Madam State's Attorney shows that we truly are about our community and want to make sure that you are safe. In a joyous occasion in which our seniors are getting ready to graduate, they had to go through this. And we want to make sure that they understand that Prince George's County is safe, this park is safe, Greenbelt is safe, everywhere that you can go can be safe. We are here to make sure that we serve you and that we want to make sure that you can enjoy your time as we get ready into our summer months. Again, all of this can only be happened by collaborative effort between our federal, state, and local partners. So I just like to say thank you for coming out and for your involvement in getting the word out to our youth that Prince George's County cares about them and we want to make sure that they are safe in every activity that they do. Thank you.
Thank you, Sheriff. Next, I'd like to ask United States Marshal for the state of Maryland, Mr. Silverman.
Thank you. Thank you, Chief, and thank you, Sheriff. This shooting serves as a reminder of just how precious life is. No matter who you are, everything can change in an instant. For this reason, it is extremely important for all of us to come together and model the behavior that we would like to see in this world. Over the past several days, law enforcement from all levels of government, like the Sheriff said, the collaboration has been amazing. We've all come together to partner and work around the clock to get these violent offenders off of the streets. I want that to be the message today to everybody. As people, we tolerate these types of behaviors. We would like the citizens of Maryland to know that we are going to do everything that we can to keep our citizens safe and our youth safe. I look forward to what the future brings with all of our partnerships and continued collaboration. I look forward to safer days in Prince George's County and around the country. Thank you.
Thank you, Marshal. Next, I'd ask the City Manager, Mr. Josue Salmeron, to come up.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. I'm Josue Salmeron, City Manager for the City of Greenbelt. I'm grateful that we have apprehended the two suspects involved in this tragic incident here in Greenbelt, and all of this is in thanks to the swift response from our dedicated law enforcement teams. And I say teams because it took all of our efforts to get this done. This brings a measure of relief to our community as we continue to prioritize public safety and justice. Equally heartening is the news that all the victims of this unfortunate incident have been discharged from the hospital and are on their way to recovery. We stand with them in hope and solidarity as they heal from this trauma. In response to this event and our continued commitment to safety in our community, we're going to speed up a few safety enhancements that we have planned as part of our public safety strategy. In the coming months, we'll be deploying additional camera trailers, such as the one that you see here. We'll be looking to implement the license plate readers throughout the city. These technologies will augment our capabilities in monitoring and maintaining our security in our public spaces. Furthermore, we recognize that safety is not solely the responsibility of law enforcement. It's a community effort. Therefore, we also continue to make investments in our social services, our recreational services, which have been vital to fostering supportive and an engaged community. We continue to invest in our crisis intervention team efforts and our CARES programming, which have shown great promise in addressing situations that require compassionate and coordinated response. Remember, hurt people hurt people. Our community is resilient, and these actions are steps towards not only recovery from this incident, but also building a safer, more connected Greenbelt. Thank you for your support, understanding, and cooperation as we work together to ensure that our city remains a welcoming and safe place for everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. And lastly, I'd like to invite the Mayor of Greenbelt, Mayor Emmett Jordan.
Good afternoon, Emmett Jordan, Mayor of the City of Greenbelt. I speak on behalf of the Greenbelt City Council. First of all, I'd like to acknowledge Chief Bowers and the Greenbelt Police Department for their hard work in a partnership with the county, with the state, with the federal government in bringing this to close to a conclusion. I acknowledge the Greenbelt Police Department for their administering medical care and helping to save the lives, coordinating with the medical help. Really, really crucial, helping to save the lives. And so the partnership that we have with the county, with neighboring jurisdictions, with the state, with the federal government, the ATF, is very, very important. This is a tragedy in so many ways. You know, several of the suspects here are not high school seniors. So the question, one of the questions we have is what is going on with truancy in the schools? And actually, when people come together like this, young people being able to converge on a site like this beautiful park in the city of Greenbelt all at once, we're grappling along with the county, along with the state, along with the federal government on how to deal with these kinds of challenges. So we're grateful that things have worked out as they appear to have, with all of the victims surviving. But we have to kind of look forward to these situations that may come up in the future. And, it's a partnership. And I hate to sound trite, but it really is a partnership. It's a village. So we need to kind of come to grips on how to deal with these large spontaneous gatherings. We need to work with the schools to deal with truancy and to keep young people engaged in school. We do need to work with the juvenile justice system to make sure that there are appropriate consequences when actions like this take place. And the elephant in the room is the guns. What is a 14-year-old and a 16-year-old doing with a gun? So there's some big challenges, some lessons to be learned here in terms of collaborations and partnerships. But on behalf of the Greenbelt City Council, we're grateful to the partnership and the fact that we have apprehended these suspects. So thank you very much. I believe we're going to take a number of questions at this time.
Yes. Thank you, Mayor. So thank you. We'll take a couple quick questions, but first a couple of points before we do. Thank you to you, for all of you, for coming out and making this story public information. We think it's important that the story gets out there. I'd like to thank all the citizens and witnesses that came forward to provide us with information. And lastly, all the police officers who put in an exorbitant number of hours in the last 10 days to bring this case to a close. The detectives have been in every day for 14 to 12 hours a day, making sure we were able to bring a closure to this case and get some justice here. And lastly, anybody who's interested, we will be releasing bits of the body-worn camera later this afternoon on our website, on our Facebook page. You'll be able to go there sometime this evening and pick that video up. So at this time, I'll turn it open for any questions. Yes, ma'am.
Any word on the motive or what led to the shooting?
Not that I can comment on now. Yes, sir.
Could you elaborate on the charges these two teams faced and where they were at?
So they were apprehended in separate sections of Prince George's County, one in the Bowie area and the other in District Heights area. There's a number of different charges. Believe minimally there's an attempted murder charge, as well as a number of the gun-related firearms charges. All that information will be out later. Anybody? Yes, ma'am.
I'm sorry, was a minute late. Did you name the actual?
No, ma'am, we did not provide their names. They are juveniles, and we won't provide their name.
Despite them being charged as adults?
Yes, ma'am, that's correct. And I will let Ms.
Yeah.
Brayford.
So, as you may be aware, even if a juvenile is charged as an adult, Maryland law provides that juvenile does have a right to a waiver hearing, at which point they could be waived to the juvenile system. And so that's why we don't provide the names of these individuals until that waiver hearing occurs.
And then another clarification on the two that were arrested. I know that the mayor had said some of the suspects were students, some weren't. So are these two students and are there more suspects believed to be arrested?
At this time, we believe there was two suspects, and those are the two that were arrested.
And are they students in the school district here?
Yes, they are.
Yes. Yes.
Bringing up the question of state truancy in the county, what is state truancy in Prince George's County? What's currently being done?
So our truancy rate is about at 30%. To me, one child not in school, unexcused, is too many. As you know, my office has taken a very strong stance around truancy. We have instituted a pilot program with our school district where we have targeted certain schools for a more aggressive truancy reduction initiative. Once those students who are chronically truant are identified, we send letters home. Really, the school system sends letters home to the parents, invite them to a assembly in the evening. At that assembly, my office talks about things like, consequences, and the fact that it is against the law for a child who is between the ages of 5 and 18 who has not obtained a high school diploma to not be in school. And so we give the parents opportunities at that event to connect with resources that may assist them with having their child comply with the attendance policy. If they go back to school, then that's it. If they don't go back to school, we will file those cases, and we have done so. We filed about 45 cases from the first school that we did this initiative with, which was Bladensburg High School. Some of those parents have had status hearings already, and the rest are being scheduled. So we are very serious about ensuring that our kids are in school.
How helpful was video in finding and arresting these suspects? I know we've seen tons of video from kids there posted online. Was that helpful at all in finding the suspects?
Video always plays a role, but at this time I can't attribute any one singular video to helping close the case.
Chief, can you
Yes, sir.
clarify? Initially, we had heard it may have been one shooter. Now, do you believe was this an exchange of gunfire, or are we still under?
We don't think there was any exchange of gunfire. We believe there were two individuals directly responsible.
Chief, are you able to speak to the camera trailers? So, I think, I'm not sure if you said at the city manager said, were you expecting more of these trailers, the cameras being deployed across the county, or just like?
This is just in the city of Greenbelt. Yeah.
Could the city manager share some words in Spanish or?
Buenas tardes. Voy a traducir en el momento porque no lo escribí en español. Buenas tardes, soy Josué Salmerón, el administrador de la ciudad. Me agradece mucho anunciar que hemos arrestado 2 sospechosos en el tiroteo que ocurrió aquí, donde hubieron 5 víctimas. Esta respuesta fue en gran parte el esfuerzo de varias agencias de policías. Tenemos nuestro departamento de policía, el policía del condado, el FBI y ATF. Y nos agradece que hemos tenido estas 2 personas, 2 sospechosos arrestados. Y bueno, continuamos con nuestra prioridad de asegurar la seguridad pública y justicia. Igualmente me agradece anunciar que las 5 víctimas que fueron heridas en este tiroteo se están recuperando, ya salieron del hospital y esperamos que hagan una recuperación rápida. Nos unimos al esfuerzo de ellos en esperanza y solidaridad que se puedan curar de estas heridas, de esta trauma que ha ocurrido en este incidente. En respuesta y continuando nuestro compromiso a la seguridad pública, vamos a acelerar ciertas estrategias que teníamos planeado, como agregar cámaras adicionales a nuestro sistema de seguridad pública. También vamos a desarrollar o implementar un programa de estas cámaras que leen las placas de los vehículos. Eso es específicamente a lidiar con el problema de vehículos robados que tenemos en tránsito en nuestra ciudad. Estas tecnologías ayudan a aumentar nuestra capacidad en monitorear y mantener la seguridad pública en nuestra comunidad. Reconocemos que la seguridad pública no solo es responsabilidad de la policía, sino que es un compromiso comunitario. Con ese compromiso y entendimiento estamos haciendo inversiones adicionales en nuestros servicios sociales, servicios recreativos, que son vital en crear un ambiente de apoyo y crear una comunidad mejor comprometida y asegurar el crecimiento de nuestra comunidad. Continuamos nuestra inversión en nuestro equipo de intervención de crisis. Tenemos un equipo que responde a crisis en nuestra comunidad, con personas que están entrenadas en servicio social, a la misma vez entrenados en todo aspecto de trabajo policía. Ese equipo nos ayuda a mejorar el servicio con víctimas de trauma, con personas que están sufriendo algún problema mental o un síntoma de sufrir de bajo recurso o otros problemas que pueden ocurrir en nuestras familias. Este programa ha demostrado promesa en lidiar con situaciones que requieren una atención especial, una atención coordinada y una atención que refleja nuestro compromiso a tratar todos nuestros ciudadanos con compasión. Todos estos pasos son importantes no solo para la recuperación de nuestra comunidad en este incidente, pero también para construir y desarrollar una comunidad más segura, más conectada. Y con eso, gracias por su apoyo y su entendimiento en esta situación.
Time for one or two more questions. Anybody else? No? Excellent. Thank you very much.
Hey, Chief, quick question. Are you able to kind of narrate what we will be seeing in this body cam footage?
Yeah, what the body cam footage will include will be one of the videos is from one of our stationary car cameras. In that video, you will see a number of kids sort of in this park area directly, kind of in this driveway, and they'll be kind of walking around as they head towards the pavilion, and then you'll hear gunfire. And in that moment, most of the kids in the park will come this direction and try to exit the park, and you'll see a handful of police officers, about 5 officers, going towards the pavilion. The second one will be one of the officers' body-worn cameras, and in that video you will also see the officers sort of kind of prearranging what they were going to do as they were going to make their way into the group, and then you'll hear gunshots on that officer's body camera, and you'll see that group of officers move towards the pavilion. And we're not going to show any of the more graphic details, but that's what you'll see.
The body cam and dash.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you, everybody.
Sir, how are you? It's been a while. Okay. Yeah, definitely.